Okay, so imagine this. You're on your dream family vacation, and it twists into a nightmare so terrifying, so profound, that the only place you can even begin to make sense of it is from inside a police station. We're about to piece together one of those stories, a truly harrowing testimony. Our story starts right here, inside a police station in the mountain town of Manali. There's a woman, Sheetal, and she's shivering, but it's not just from the cold. It's from the memory of what she's about to tell the inspector. This is her official statement, the story of how her life completely unraveled. Before all the terror, there was so much joy. Sheetal's story actually kicks off in Delhi at a big family party for her father's promotion. Everyone's happy, dancing, and right in the middle of it all, her sister has an idea. Let's go on a family trip. After a bit of back and forth, they land on a destination, the beautiful mountain town of Manali. So on October 22nd, 2017, they all pile into a car and set off. The morning and afternoon are just what you'd expect from a family road trip. Taking pictures, enjoying the scenery. But it's a stop they make for lunch at a random roadside restaurant that becomes the first unknowing step into their nightmare. Yeah, it was right there at that restaurant where a conversation that seemed perfectly normal at first took a really, really unsettling turn. So they meet their waiter, a young guy named Roop Singh. And right away, Sheetal feels uneasy. He just stares at them constantly. But the real red flag, the first big one, is when her father happens to mention they're heading to Manali. Roop Singh gets this strange, kind of predatory smile on his face, almost as if he knew something they didn't. And then he gives them a recommendation for his uncle's hotel, even hands over a business card. Now, this little piece of paper, this isn't just some helpful tip from a friendly local. Oh no, this is the thread that's going to pull the entire family right into the heart of this whole nightmare. Later that evening, as they're driving through this incredibly dense mountain fog, the line between reality and hallucination just begins to completely dissolve. But, and this is the crucial part, it's only happening to Sheetal. Okay, so this is where we see two completely different realities crashing into each other. On the left, you've got Sheetal's experience. She is literally being hunted by this horrifying skeletal creature in a world that has gone completely silent. But on the right, that's what her family sees. To them, she just suddenly screams, her body goes rigid, and she collapses. They're just witnessing a bizarre, scary fit, not a supernatural attack. So when she finally wakes up in a hotel room and tries to explain this absolutely terrifying ordeal, her parents, they laugh. They just dismiss it. Oh, it's just your imagination. It completely isolates her, leaving her all alone with this terrifying secret. The next morning, things get even stranger. They discover that in their frantic late-night search to find any available room, they somehow ended up at the exact hotel recommended by Roop Singh. And there, they meet his uncle, the manager, a short, stocky man named Raghubir Singh. The unsettling events, though, soon spread beyond just Sheetal. Her sister, Hema, starts to act strangely, and this leads to a chilling revelation that proves this is way more than just one person's imagination. Get this. The manager, Raghubir Singh, just asks Sheetal's sister, Hema, a simple question, her name, and she just freezes up. There's this super tense, uncomfortable silence before she finally responds. But she gives the wrong name. She says, "My name is Divya." Then, Divya whispers to Sheetal that she saw a strange man standing right behind the uncle. I mean, this is the turning point, because when Sheetal asks what the man wanted, her sister delivers this chilling line that confirms their shared danger. He wants to kill all of us. That night, the terror just escalates fast. At dinner, Sheetal spots Raghubir Singh just watching them from a gate, only for him to vanish when the lights flicker. On the way back to their hotel, she sees that skeletal man again and collapses. But the true horror show begins when they're back in their room, and they're woken up by this violent, thudding sound echoing down the hall. What happens next is a terrifying chase through the haunted, fog-filled corridors of this hotel. It's a desperate attempt to find safety that, unfortunately, only leads them deeper and deeper into the trap.
So they're awakened by that violent pounding, right? The two sisters, they open their door, and the hallway is just filled with this thick, unnatural mist. And way down at the far end, just standing there silently, is Raghubir Singh.
So they run for it. Their only thought is to get to their parents' room. But as they get closer, they just freeze. Their path is blocked by something new, something completely wrong. It's this impossibly tall, hooded figure with limbs way too long to be human, and it's standing right in front of the door.
With their escape route totally cut off, they panic and run back the way they came. That's when they spot a single door, slightly ajar, almost like it was left open just for them. Without a second thought, they dart inside.
But this wasn't an escape. It was a trap. They hear footsteps stop right outside their door. Then, 3 soft, deliberate knocks. And as they huddle there in the darkness, the room itself seems to change. Mist starts seeping out from the corners, and the walls feel like they're pulsing, closing in. And then a voice whispers, not from a person, but from the very air around them, confirming their absolute worst fear. It tells them what they already know deep down. There is no escape. And that's where Sheetal's testimony to the police ends, with her and her sister trapped in a living nightmare. And we're left with these absolutely terrifying, unanswered questions. What dark history does this hotel hold? And what connects the waiter, his uncle, and whatever entities are now hunting this family? The nightmare, it seems, has only just begun.